so glad to see you at that webinar that was exclusively developed for Beauty Together mentorship program. Welcome and join me today in this adventure where I'm going to show you how professional coaching and stress management and anxiety relief can do a big difference for your business. Okay, next. We go next. Today's agenda. I'm going to give you a very simple test to verify your stress level and get you familiar what actually stress level is and how stress usually manifests in your daily life. Then I'll show you how stress backs up your progress and really hindering your business growth. Then I'll show you the simple system how to manage stress. Later, I introduce you the whole concept of coaching. In any practical examples, I will show you how coaching can significantly help you grow in your business and being happier in a bigger scale. And also, I'll share with you my secret technique. I call it ultimate treatment for any challenges. And at the end, we will do some summary and I'll show you some great offers that I designed specifically for you. My name is Tatiana Bell and I'm stress management and adaptability coach. Besides of being professionally certified ICF coach, trauma-informed coach and CBT practitioner, I also a person who is transitioning right now after almost 11 years working full-time as an IT professional in America after moving here. I finally got courage to move to next level and do coaching full-time. It's been 6 months for me, and in that regard we have something in common, you and me. We are not only doing our best, but we want something even better and greater. So I know the stress, I know the challenge, I know almost every single feeling you have right now. And I'm going through all of that myself. But of course, as a professional coach, I am learning every single thing, how to support myself, and I'm going to share it all with you in this presentation. So, stress. What is stress? Before we go into official definition and explanation and history, who invented stress, who discovered stress, I am offering you a simple test. I assume you're not all at the office, not at your cozy house right now. You may be driving, listening to this podcast, to this webinar. So I'm offering you a simple solution. Use your hands. Let's do that American way. Do your fists right now, and for every single point you just get one finger. And at the end of the test, we will see how many fingers you get. Let's see. Do you experience any of this? Very important thing to remember, we are not talking about your whole life. You may experience allergy your whole life. You may be super sensitive to some particular food. You may be having bad memory. You may have those symptoms your whole entire life. This is not the case. We are talking about that test at this particular time of your life when you are building your business, when you are starting something new. Let's say last few months since you are in this program. So, you ready? Get your fists? Let's go. Do you experience any of this? Any problem with sleep or your stomach, digestive issues? If you say yes, get one finger. Do you experiencing any allergies? Unexpected, all of a sudden, never had, all of a sudden you have them. If yes, one finger. Are you experiencing chronic fatigue and feeling like The whole world is a burden on your shoulders. If yes, one finger. One finger. Are you experiencing mood swings from ups to downs and back in 5 minutes? If yes, one finger. Uh, are you experiencing unexpected and hard to explain outbursts? Like all of a sudden you yell at someone or start crying, or maybe you notice your loved ones start telling you, hey, you started being kind of cranky and unpredictable. If yes, get one finger. Are you experiencing feeling hopeless? Nothing is going to work, nothing is going to help me. If yes, one finger. Are you experiencing forgetfulness? If yes, one finger. Are you experiencing that feeling when you kind of get lost? For example, you are driving your familiar road, and all of a sudden you notice that good 10 miles just chunked out of your memory. You don't remember driving there. You literally fallen out of the reality. If yes, one finger. You are experiencing any type of problems with time. You are getting late to places where you usually write on time. You are procrastinating. You are missing appointments. If yes, one finger. And last but not least, you are experiencing self doubts. Who am I even to think that I can do that? Oh, no, no, it's for some kind of different people, not for me. No, I cannot do that. Our test is over. Let's see how many fingers you get. Probably 10, probably 5, probably 7. Let's see. Put your number in the comment section and we will go to the next slide. Our results. I acknowledge you right away that this test is not official. It wasn't verified by years and years of psychological research. It's kind of a joke test, but it still gives you a sense where you are at with your stress level. So if you have 0 to 2, most likely you didn't answer correctly or you weren't honest with yourself. Cannot be. If you are doing something, what you're doing with your business right now or building a business, your stress level, it's okay that it's high. Like 3 to 5, moderate stress level. It's normal because you are going through those big changes. 6 to 7, high stress level. Alarm, alarm, alarm. And 8 to 10, you have very severe stress level. What to do with all those results? I'll show you in a minute. Just write down for yourself that number. And number 1, be aware of that. Number 2, make a decision. Make a commitment that you are going to do at least something to work with that. But on a bigger schema, I want to tell you, welcome to the club. No matter how many fingers you got in that test, no matter how high or low your number, it's perfectly normal. It's perfectly fine because you are going through something big in your life. And anyone who is starting a business, expanding the business, doing something different that they didn't do before, they are experiencing stress. Now to the good stuff. Not that good actually. It's a little bit of a theory here, but it's very important to know about that. There is a stress and there is a distress. Commonly we call stress everything, but actually stress originally was labeled as something that your body or anybody is experiencing after something is changing. Normal original state of our body is a peace, or they call it homeostasis. And any change causes stress. Temperature changes, stress. It's a body response. Stress because body response. Blood pressure change, stress. Position of a body change, stress. Sound, stress. Anything cause stress, and stress actually a good thing. We all heard about that story when the mother was able to lift an 18-wheeler truck to help a child in problem to save a child because she was under that stress. Stress motivates us. Stress helps us focus. Stress usually mobilizes all our body. And there is a distress. When all of that good stuff vanish and we only get negative results. Very good example. Are you hearing? Are you listening to me right now? Look, I clap my hands. You experience stress because it was a quiet, normal voice, but now it's changed in a loud voice, in a loud noise. It's a change of in your environment, God, Jesus. So after I clapped, you experience stress and your attention sharpens, your focus here, and you look at the screen and like, oh, what she's talking about. But imagine if I'm doing that right next to your ear all day long. After certain amount of time, you are going to get tired, your attention is going to be spread everywhere, your focus is going to be down the drain, and eventually you ended up with a headache and hating me. So this is how stress works. So what else is important to know about the whole stress and distress thing? Here on your picture, you see Hans Selye. He is a father, not actually even a father, grandfather of a whole stress theory. He was a biologist by nature. He wasn't even a psychologist. He was working on a lab with those beautiful lab rats, and he discovered the whole general adaptation syndrome. You see here that curve on the picture? This is how it works. They put lab rats into very, very cold water. And first they notice that everything is diminishing. Heart rate, blood pressure, their ability to manage anything, their cognitive functions, cortisol level is up, and first reaction to any stress is getting everything down. You probably notice it with yourself when you're facing something unexpected and your first reaction could be like, oh my goodness, you're lost, you don't know what to do, you are experiencing some kind of debilitating effect of stress. Then, next stage, you see that curve going very high up. And lab rats, after few repetitions with that cold pool, they started developing a resilience to a stress. They started actually swimming there and they looked like they are enjoying that cold water. And for some period of time, they were performing pretty good. Their heart rate was back, their blood pressure, cognitive functions, and everything was doing pretty well for quite some time. And then you see here, it's an exhaustion state. You may experience that as a burnout. You may experience that as like, I just want to crawl in a corner and die. This is the bad part. This is when all the good stuff about stress turns into distress. And this is why I'm telling you all of that and showing you that picture, because all us entrepreneurs, we are performing here at that blue level for some time after we start something new or enter into a new stage of our business or doing something different. And we don't know, don't remember, and we are not aware of the last piece, of the red one, which is naturally a cycle, a way how it works. But, lab rats, they weren't able to manage their stress. They weren't able to help themselves. We are. This is why it's very important. Yes, enjoy that blue segment. Enjoy when you are all hype and ideas are flowing and you feel like you can lift up the world. Enjoy, but remember, if you don't help yourself, if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't manage your stress, you are going to end up in that red state. So this is a very important picture. And just imagine how many of those lab rats died of the exhaustion. So you and me right now, this day, can benefit from that research, can honor their death. What to do to help yourself to manage stress? At the end of this video, I'll share with you, I have a very simple checklist. It called self-care checklist. You can just check anything you're already doing and pick one what you're not doing, and it would be your first step to manage your stress. Now let's go to the next slide. And next slide is about how to help yourself. Good thing about that all those symptoms I mentioned in my impromptu test, I made it up. Yeah, just this morning I created the whole test, I have to admit. But it is valid thing. If you look at that from that point, I break down all those symptoms to 4 areas. Your body, physiological, your emotions, emotional, your cognitive, and psychology. And if you see at that schema, you will see that psychology is at the very bottom. It means that psychological problems, they are foundation of everything else. Imagine yourself. You are sitting in your office, you had a good sleep, you ate properly, you exercised in the morning, you are okay physically. And your emotions, hence, pretty good too, as well as your cognitive functions. You can calculate what you need, you can analyze, you can put one and one together, everything works okay. And then all of a sudden, that self-doubt creeps in, and you're like, who I think I am to make that happen? Who do I think I am to be able to build that business and open that beautiful salon, that beautiful parlor, that beautiful whatever you are opening? And it all goes up. First, since you are overwhelmed with those thoughts, they're like, I call them mind mixer. Since you are overwhelmed with that, you start forgetting stuff, you start forgetting to check your clock, you start getting late some places, you start procrastinating because you are so busy with thinking those thoughts. Next step, of course, emotions. Once you are late someplace, once you forgot about some appointment, something important, you get emotional. You get your emotions ups and downs. You are unhappy with yourself. If you are not aware of that, you may become unhappy with someone else and you lash out on your loved ones. Here your emotional things. And last piece of it, your body starts reacting. You are losing your sleep, you having digestive problems, allergies, you have body aches all of a sudden here and there. This is how all system works from bottom to up. The good part of it, you can start at any point to help yourself. I always suggest start with your body because it's the simplest one, A, and B, it's most tangible and easy to notice and manage. Because definitely, if you try to manage your emotions or your time management, it's one thing. It's you need to set up a plan. You need to find an application. With body, simple. Put away your phone before bed, 1 hour. Create a calm environment in your bedroom before going to sleep. Make sure you sleep 7 to 8 hours. Those steps are very easy, but they are going to make dramatical difference. Make sure you eat properly. Make sure you use proper products so you don't have allergies. So you can work from bottom to top. You can work with a life coach or therapist on all those self-doubts and inferiority complex, imposter syndrome. You can work on your time management with your coach. You can work on your emotional well-being with your coach, and also you can take care of your body. So it's up to you and what level you want to start making changes. Just don't forget to start. Next step, I'm going to briefly introduce you the benefit of coaching, because nowadays even kind of coaching is popular, but still many people don't even know what coaching is and what can it do for you. So let's see. First of all, your coach is your professional, personal cheerleader. I will be always there for you. I will notice even single improvement, teeny tiny achievement, teeny tiny itsy bitsy progress, and I will make sure always share that with you, always reflect back to you, so you always know of your strongest skills, you always aware that what you're doing good, because most of us we're very aware what we are doing wrong, but I will be there for you to show you what you're doing great, what you awesome with. And trust me, this is an amazing feeling. I'm telling that from experience, having a coach myself and talking to my clients. Next, reality check. This is very important too. Very often we live in our head. Yeah, I know we all live in houses, but still, we still live in our heads. And we are limited with our imagination, with our perception, with our system of beliefs, how it's all supposed to be and how it is now. And when you talk to me, I don't live in your head. I live in my own head. But when I'm in a session with you, I kind of hear between two of us. So I always will be there for you to make sure if you are saying something like, or opening a new salon requires a lot of money, I make sure to ask you what is a lot for you. If you are saying, I'm afraid I won't be able to spend enough time with my family, I'll make sure to ask you what is your definition of enough. Focus session. It's a time when you come to session and talk to me, but actually it's time that you spend focusing on you. You may think about what do you want. You may think what are you missing. You may think what is going on and what do you need, and about your resources. And overall, those 45 to 1 hour to 1 hour and a half, it's time when nothing is distracting you and you are totally, completely into the moment, building your business, finding your strength, discovering new ideas, new approaches. And I will be again there for you, throwing at you some different ideas, expanding your horizons, offering different perspective, and of course sharing with you all I know. Knowledge Hub. It's my favorite motto. I read books, so you don't have to. I read one book a week on a mental health, self-help, business building, professional development, and all that good stuff. And you can use me. Anytime I notice that in our conversations there is a need of some teeny tiny piece of information, some education on some topic, I will share that with you. I'll summarize the whole book or books of reading with you, for you, and you will have that knowledge too. And besides just books, don't forget, I constantly attending webinars, workshops. I learn constantly new certifications, new skills, new knowledge. And nowadays they are researching our brain like crazy. Every day something new comes up, and every day we learn some more effective ways to manage our brain, to manage our psyche, to help ourselves. And I will be that person for you. You do you, and I will be your knowledge hub. Now to my ultimate treatment for your any problem. Let's say, what is your biggest challenge today? Write in the comment section what the biggest challenge you're experiencing today. Resolving that challenge would make a huge difference for you. Huge relief, happiness, or will move your business on a different level. What is your biggest challenge today? While you're thinking, while you're typing that in the comment section, I'm going to share with you what people from a live webinar already shared in the chat. I'm afraid I'll sit in my beautiful office, but won't be any clients. I'm afraid that if I open my salon, I won't have time for my family and personal matters. I'm so scared that I'll struggle to cover all the expenses or there will be very little profit. What if there are no clients for me? You noticed the theme for all four examples. Yes, it's fear. What is fear? Let's look at the definition of fear. And by the way, it's a very basic and long time known emotion. And there are million researches on fear and there are million techniques to handle fear. So I assure you, if you have fear, no worries. You are not hopeless. There is a way to work with that. But now let's play with that a little, shall we? So fear, an unpleasant, very strong emotion caused by anticipation or awareness of danger. Got it? Anticipation or awareness of danger. I really love this classification of fear. They broke down fear on three different categories. Native, those fears that are very, they are threaten our very basic foundation of surviving. Fear of water, fear of fire, fear of heights, all of that. Fire, not fear, fire. Sorry, there is a mistypo. Creative fears, they also call them phobias. They are developed on something that was either experienced by the person in the past or was told by someone else and kind of presenting a threat, but it's not real. It's all learned or accepted from someone else. Great example for that, fear of flying on a plane, even though, in a car crashes, more people die every year. Or fear of public speaking. And last piece, it's superstitions. In some cultures, and last piece is superstitions. In some cultures, they are really big. In some cultures, they are less. But we all know them. Fear of black cats, breaking a mirror, walking under the ladder, and so on. So now let's look. Now let's look. What kind of is your fear? What if there is no clients at all? Is it native? Is it creative? Is it superstitions? I have a feeling it's none. I'm afraid that if I open my salon, I won't have time for my family and personal matters. Again, not native, not creative, not superstitions. And if you look at any of them or you look at yours, you will notice that none of your fear fall under any categories. So maybe it is not fear at all. I'm offering you a reframing. Reframing is a very great technique from neuro-linguistic programming when you just change the naming for something and everything is changing. So instead of saying, I fear, I am afraid, if we are saying, I'm lacking I have a lack of something. There is not enough of. How does that sound to you? And let's look what you are lacking. I'm offering you a bunch of ideas and I bet you can point out at least one of them or maybe many because again, You're not the first person in the world who is building a business, who is expanding the business, who is facing that new stage. And I'm speaking from my experience too. So, what if you're lacking just knowledge? What if it's not fear? You're just lacking some experience. What if you are not afraid, but you're just not having enough skills for something? What if you are not scared or terrified? You just need more connections. And the last, what do you think you need more? What do you think you are missing here? This is a very important part of our presentation, of our webinar. I invite you to think. If it's not fear or terror or something like that for you, what are you missing? Because once you realize that, you know what to do. Just get more. What are you missing? My gift to you, we are almost done. My gift to you is my ultimate treatment for any challenges. Clarity. Once you found out that there is no fear or scarcity or terror or something, it's not just lack, it's just lack of clarity. You're golden. You just sit there and create a plan for yourself. If it's lack of knowledge, go and find out. If it's a lack of experience, give yourself some time. If it's lack of skills, go learn. If it's a lack of connections, go create connections. It's that easy. And by the way, coaching is very, very handy when you need to create that plan and stick to that plan. You know where to find me. So, clarity is your magic pill. As much as I don't like the idea of magic pills, but clarity is that magic pill. How we are feeling? How we are doing? I just wanted to summarize what we talked about today. What you're experiencing is very common. Once you're going through something big and new, it's common to experience stress. It's very important to remember the difference between stress and distress and remembering about that adaptation process. And if you don't care of yourself in that high level, you are going to end up at the burnout, exhaustion, and death, for God's sake. Managing stress is absolutely doable. It's absolutely simple, step by step, everyday, routinely things. And you don't have any extra skills to be able to do that. You are equipped with a toolbox to manage your stress and anxiety and help yourself by default. The moment you were born, you got that. Sometimes you need some extra help from outside to find it out, but overall, you got that. Everyone in this program, I am offering 50% off from my two signature programs. One of them is just 90-minute sessions that I call 360-degree clarity. When we talk about your challenges, your struggles, and we create a plan together. If needed, I will find any kind of books and lectures and applications for you, and you will leave the session even more equipped than you are by design. And another one is my one-on-one coaching program, including 6 personalized coaching sessions for 12 weeks. First couple of weeks we meet every week and then we spread out to help you to maintain that momentum. We work on every needed aspect that you are feeling that like would be beneficial to support you throughout your journey. And we discuss every matter, and in between session you have exclusive access to a coach, me. I will have a journal for that program, but I don't know, you are ever overwhelmed enough already. I'm not sure if you need a journal, but anyway, it's there for you as well. And also any kind of programs, any kind of lectures, any kind of books, any kind of checklist, if you may need and we feel like you do, I will find that for you and I assign that for you. All of you are getting 50% off from any of those programs. And this is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm very proud and happy and honored to be a part of this program because Lena gave such a high recommendation for me on our live sessions since she experienced coaching with me herself, and she knows the benefits of having a personal coach. And I hope you will join our club too. Until then, I will be happy to answer any of your questions. You can find me on any platform but Adapt Well Coaching or Tatiana Bell, and I will be happy to see you on the sessions. Bye bye.